Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you might be watching this. This is Sunday morning mindful practice, and I am Glenda Miles with Mindful Healing Space. And I welcome you to practice today. As I record this, it is Sunday. I wrote on here January 8th, but that was because I probably wrote it yesterday. It's actually January 9th, 2022. And as I was contemplating what to do today, I actually changed from what I had originally planned to do, because the world is a different place. And if it's anything that we've learned over these past 20 months, 21 months or so, it's the idea that we need to learn how to be with things as they are. Which is not so easy sometimes, right? We have plans and we have these grand ideas, and then things happen in our external world and we need to shift and adapt. And how do we learn to be okay with that? And maybe we're not always okay with that. And certainly I think we've all learned that the more resistance we have internally to the idea of the change that's happening in the world around us, the more suffering that we have. And so the easier we allow ourselves to move through transitions, right, that internal response to change, the less suffering that we have to endure. So during this month of January, we are exploring in mindful practice the concept or the feeling state of loving kindness. So in Pali or Sanskrit, metta, which is what it's commonly referred to, metta meditation. Metta means this notion of kindness, this feeling state, this beautiful loving quality. It's a very light feeling in our body, this idea of kindness. And it's really then this exploration, if you will, of our connections between who we are, our relationship to other people, and then our relationship in the whole as a member of all sentient beings in this world. And so as it relates to this idea, if you will, of the me to the we to the us, and us being ourselves being a part of that us. And so in metta, we're really trying to cultivate kindness towards all beings, including ourselves. And as we're exploring self-care this year, it seemed like a really important place to begin in our relationship to all of these components that we move through every day, our relationship to ourselves, our relationships to other people, especially those closest to us that we live in our daily lives with, whether that's in our home or at work or in our community. And then there's all of these other people, and whether we're in harmony with them or disharmony, we still are all part of this collective energy. And so today's practice is going to be a little bit different. Last week we did what I will call a more traditional metta practice. This week, we're going to do one that's called Just Like Me. And so just like me is recognizing the similarities and how we are very similar, for as much as there may be differences in how we look, in our genders, in our gender identities, in our sexual orientation, in our race, in the countries in which we originate, in our beliefs, in our ideas, in the language that we speak. As much as there may be differences, there are so many similarities. And so when we can be with this idea of similarities and this idea that we as an individual person are part of this collective whole, that this is a shared sense of humanity, we're able to react in terms of our nervous system in a slightly different way as well. So we tend to kind of calm that nervous system or engage in what we often refer to as the social engagement part of our nervous system in terms of the polyvagal theory. And in this way, in social engagement, the word kind of says it all. We're in this calm and connected place where we're able to connect with people. And in moments of connection, whether we're in disharmony with the person or not, meaning we don't necessarily agree, maybe we're angry, maybe we need to move through some forgiveness or whatever that might look like. Even in those moments, we understand that we are both living this human life in this time, in this experience together. And there's a beautiful quote by Thich Nhat Hanh, who said, we all have seeds of love within us. We all have seeds of love within us. And I think that's a beautiful notion, right? That even though it may not blossom in our experience in that moment, the seed is still there. So how do we encourage and cultivate the growth of that within us, which I believe is really part of what a metta practice is doing, that it is kind of connecting that seed and watering it, if you will, so that it might blossom into something stronger. So before we begin, I wanted to read something, as the world is changing yet again, as many, or at least especially in Canada, and many people and people that I know are moving into lockdown or increased restrictions once again. And, coming up with a lot of feelings about that, worries, anxieties, fears, frustrations, many, many things. I wanted to share this kind of notion, if you will. So this, I'm going to read from Consolations by David White. And this is on loneliness. You can see I use this a lot. I have lots of sticky notes here. So loneliness. This is part of his essay on loneliness. Loneliness is the substrate and foundation of belonging and the gravitational field that draws us home. And in this beautiful essence of its isolation, the hand reaching out for togetherness. To allow ourselves to feel fully alone is to allow ourselves to understand the particular nature of our solitary incarnation. To make aloneness a friend is to apprentice ourselves to the foundation from which we make our invitation to others. To feel alone is to face the truth of our irremeable and unutterable singularity, but a singularity that can kiss, create a conversation, make a vow, or forge a shared life. In the world or community, this essential singularity joins with others through vision, intellect, and ideas to make a society. Loneliness is not a concept, it is the body constellating, attempting to become proximate and even join with other bodies through physical touch, through conversation, or the mediation of the intellect and the imagination. Loneliness is the place from which we pay real attention to voices other than our own. Being alone allows us to find the healing power in the other. The shortest line in the briefest email can heal, embolden, welcome home, and enliven the most isolated identity. Lonely human beings are lonely because they are made to belong. Loneliness is a single malt taste of the very essentiality that makes conscious belonging possible. The doorway is closer than we think. I am alone, therefore I belong. As we move into potentially more restrictions and lockdowns, the sense of isolation and loneliness is definitely a key part of how many of us have felt during this period of time, and really the importance of connecting with others, being in community with others, is really been brought forth. I think to some extent we may have taken these things for granted in our previous life, in our, whatever that looked like for us, assuming that those places of belonging would always be there. And then when many of them were not, this real sense of longing of recognizing that which we do not have and that which is so essential to us. One of my therapists one time said something, and I've often used different words, but truly this made sense to me, is that at the end of the day, we all as humans, perhaps essential to how we are made, is we want two things. One is to matter, that we as this individual matter, and two, that we have this sense of belonging, that we belong somewhere. And when we grow up in families where we perhaps don't feel those things, we seek out families of choice or communities where we can feel it as well. And why it's so important to have both of these sense that we matter and that we belong. And so these practices this month in particular on loving kindness, next month will be on self-compassion, really aim to generating some of those feelings of connecting us as humans, from the me to the we to the us. So let's begin. Taking a comfortable seat in a seated position, whatever that looks like for you today. I'm on the floor, but you do not need to be. You can certainly be in a chair or on the couch. Have a strong back and a soft belly. Allow yourself to relax as you also hold the frame of your body to support you. So we don't want to be hunched over. We want some amount, but we don't want to be rigid either. It's finding this space in between rigid and relaxed, right? Holding our body. And with your eyes, you can do a few things. One is you can close them if you feel so comfortable. You can also keep them open with a fixed gaze somewhere in front of you. Or you can close them about 9/10 shut, just so that there's a little bit, again, lowering the gaze, finding a space somewhere in front of you. Hands can be cupped in your lap. They can be open upward and on your thighs, whatever kind of feels comfortable for you today. Taking a few moments to just connect with your body first, noticing if there's any places that kind of feel a little bit of uncomfortable or discomfort, and noting if you can make a slight change or shift in your body. Dropping your tongue down, releasing your jaw. Maybe bringing your shoulders right up to your ears and then dropping them down a couple of times, or making some shoulder rolls to loosen up, and then relaxing the belly. And then as you're ready, drawing your attention to your breath. So taking that attention in your mind, bringing it into your body and starting to notice, where do you feel your breath? Perhaps it's your nostril, your throat, your chest, or your belly. Wherever that might be for you, bring your full attention there and just notice how it feels in your body to breathe. We're not trying to change the breath here. We're not trying to do anything to make it different. We're simply noticing. And in noticing, sometimes it changes, and that's okay. So in this meditation today, I want you to imagine someone in your life. You can be in harmony or disharmony with them at this moment. I want you to imagine them sitting with you in this practice. They can be sitting across from you or beside you. Just imagining them there with you, their energy, feeling their body, their presence. And as you imagine them with you, I want you then to imagine a beautiful, warm light. It's far, far away and starting to come towards the top of your head. It radiates warmth. And as it drops down through your crown, through your body, it just washes over and giving you a sense of peace, a sense of love. And it settles in your heart space, although it radiates outward through to cover your whole body. And in this beautiful space where your heart space, where it has landed, it just radiates outward through you, through your body, and out towards this person sitting with you. Feeling this warm, beautiful energy, allowing you perhaps to connect a little deeper into your heart space, feeling the love and the compassion there. Feeling into this idea of kindness, this beautiful light quality. And even feeling into this feeling, you can notice your body relax. As I say a statement, I'd like you to imagine it or repeat it in your own mind and feeling into this person that is with you. This person has a body and a mind just like me. This person has feelings, thoughts, and emotions just like me. This person has, during their life, experienced physical and emotional pain and suffering, just like me. At some point, this person has been sad, just like me. This person has been disappointed in life, just like me. This person has sometimes been angry, just like me. This person has been hurt by others, just like me. This person has felt unworthy or inadequate at times, just like me. This person worries, just like me. This person is frightened sometimes, just like me. This person will die, just like me. This person has longed for friendship, just like me. This person is learning, just like me. This person is caring and kind to others, just like me. This person wants to be content with what life has given, just like me. This person wishes to be free from pain and suffering, just like me. This person wishes to be happy, just like me. This person wishes to be safe, strong, and healthy, just like me. This person wishes to be loved, just like me. Allowing any other thoughts, refrains that you'd like to say, please do so now. Allow some wishes for wow to begin to arise within you. Imagining again this beautiful, warm energy, light energy coming from your heart space and radiating outward to this person sitting with you. I wish that you have the strength, resources, and support to navigate the difficulties in your life with ease. I wish that you be happy, just like me. I wish that you be healthy, just like me. I wish that you are free from suffering, just like me. I wish that you be free of mental anxiety, just like me. I wish that you live in peace, just like me. I wish that you'll be loved just like me. I wish that you will feel a sense of belonging just like me. Sitting quietly in quiet meditation for a few moments. Perhaps in this moment, setting an intention for yourself for the rest of the day or the week ahead. How do you want to move through your day or week? What is it that you would like to put forth? As we close our meditation for today, for this week, I remind you that as you are here and part of this community at Mindful Healing Space, you belong, and that you deeply matter. In deep gratitude, I say thank you, and I wish you a wonderful day and week ahead. Until next week.